Hey guys, Lamonster here at Lamonster Garage, and we're going to show you some of the accessories that we've come up for mounting phones, GPSs, powering them up, keeping them charged. Basically, all our product comes out of need. I'll be driving down the road and say, hey, I want my phone here, I want to be able to charge this, I want my GPS here. So it's been an evolution, and I'm just going to show you some of the products. We have a couple others that aren't on this table, but we have a new product that we're excited about. It's basically called a dual power port, and it allows you to have USB on one side and just a 12 volt on the other side, hardwired to the batteries. And if you come here, I'll show you some of those different. This is our original plug that we used for everything for quite some time. The problem with this plug that we found, it is not completely waterproof. We do lube these up, which helps because they will start rusting here from being out in the weather. Still a good plug. I've still used it, but we wind up with USBs going bad on us. The other thing that we don't really care about is this particular cap doesn't necessarily, I mean, it's holding fine, but it doesn't always hold fine. It will go down the road and it'll pop out. Like this one's holding real good. I don't know why, but it doesn't always do that. So we've made some contacts. We've had some new USB, and this is a 1 amp and a 2.1 5 volt. The thing different about this here is it is completely waterproof. I mean, it's a real nice seal. The thing that we had to do here at Lamonster Garage is we had to have these separately manufactured. Typically, you'll see these all over, you know, eBay and everything else, but they typically have an LED light on them to show you that they're powered up. Well, that's fine if you have a keyed accessory, but what we do is we run it straight to the battery. So if your phone's dead and you're sitting there in the parking lot talking to your buddies, you can plug your phone in. You don't have to have your key on and the bike running. So we actually had these made up with no LED light in it. Couldn't find anybody that sold them without it, so we just went ahead and ponied up and had them made without it. Same thing on the 12 volt. This is a really good solid seal on this 12 volt. Once again, this is used mostly for trickle charger. This is also wired directly to the battery. So if you want to trickle charge your bike, basically all you have to do is pop this out, put your battery tender in there, and trickle charge it. We've gone to a heavier wire. We've gone to a 16 gauge wire. You can actually run your heated gear off of this wire now. We've also got a different sheath that doesn't hang up. It's very smooth, so when you turn the bars left and right, it doesn't catch or hook on anything and tend to pull it out. And we also have a very nice rubber boot, and this rubber boot will now go right over, as you can see, nice and clean. So 100% waterproof. Comes out the bottom, very clean looking. So we're really happy with the transition, what we've done. So basically we took this concept, this was our very first power plate mount, and we took this design. Then we decided that we wanted one on our Spyder cuff on this here. We'll go over here in a little bit, but basically on our Spyder cuff, which is also a cup mounter, phone, we wanted power here. So as you can see, we had to make it a little bit longer. We had to change the hole, and you know, so it's a separate part number. We also have this little plate. It basically bolts for the RT, just bolts right up if you don't need power. You just want a ram ball mount. We have our own GPS swivels that we make. This is our top clamp that we use for the F3 that has underneath this swivel part, there's also 1/4 holes where you can put a ram ball on it. But this is our mount that mounts to that. And then this is just a stock bar clamp. And what we've done is we've come up with this dual power port. And we've basically given you the option for everything. This will bolt, let's see, which hole is it? Yeah, this will bolt right here on the F3. It also fits the RT. Depending on what you, like on the F3 you have a small spacer. On the RT you have a larger spacer, and I'll show it actually mounted. So if you want to use a ram mount, this is what you would use. If you want to use a swivel like this, arch swivel, so that would bolt right here, and this will allow you to bolt a 660, 665, 590, and 595. Those we know for sure because we bolted all those on. I'll take you over here and I'll show you our original design here. So, like I say, this has all been an evolution. So typically, all I had was one USB power port here that I used for running my phone to it. And then this was the original top clamp that we make with the swivel on here, which we still sell and we will continue to sell. Not everybody needs what we have here. At some point, when I was having problems with the USB, I went ahead and ordered up, the new waterproof USBs. And then over here, I have my 12 volt. So when I go to charge my bike, I just plug it right in there. Because it's wired directly to the battery, it will charge right up. So everything, your view of the gauges on this particular setup, nothing is blocked. That's a big deal. Some people don't take that into consideration. And I'll show you over here. We basically have the same thing here. Now this is on our RT. This is our original power plate that bolts to the Spyder cuff, and you can use USB or 12 volt, whatever you want. You'll have options for any of the outlets that we use. This is the dual. So I actually have my 660 mounted on here. USB here, 12 volt here. Once again, all the gauges are clearly visible. It doesn't get in the way of anything. You can still lock your hood up. Fully adjustable. These we don't have wired in yet, but basically you just run the wires down through the side. Whenever you do any of the wiring, you want to check when you put your bars in a full lock that they're not pulling on the wires. So you'll put it in a full lock and then zip tie it so it's got some slack both ways. And then basically you just run it to your battery. We provide the fuses, the links, everything. Really clean setup. Over here, this is I'll get on this side. This is our new dual power port system. We just did a 4,000 mile trip, and 12,000 miles of it was in the rain. But once again, if you look, you still have clear vision of your gauges from the rider's position. They're not sticking up in the middle of the gauges. Totally weatherproof. We had no charging issues, no issues at all, and we went through some pretty nasty weather the whole way. Very clean setup. Once again, when you turn the bars, there's no hang up. This particular unit, we have our GPS mount on it. So this would bolt straight to our plate, our dual power port plate. It's our swivel. You lock it in where you like it. Very clean, very factory looking, and that's our whole deal, is to make it look like factory. So we're going to get this all in the store. We have options. We're always coming up with something new. We're always reserve the right to make things better. We don't make them cheaper. We make them better. Sometimes it saves you money. Sometimes it goes up a little bit. But at the Monster Garage, we want you to have the best product, cleanest install. We want it to look like factory. So check out lamonstergarage.com and just click on the mounting handlebars in the handlebar section, and you'll find all these different products.